All right, welcome everyone. Hello, my name is Becca Lynn, the hostess with the mostest, and welcome, gather round the bonfire. Thank you for joining us today for this live streaming Q&A on LinkedIn. So some of the best conversations that we have at iBoost Talent happen, from what you're seeing right here, is around a bonfire on what we call Discovery Weekend at the farm. And that's where people ask the real questions. We get real about ownership, growth, life, family, pain, struggles, wins, you name it, and what's possible for you. So today we're going to bring that conversation to you, which centers around one simple question that we're asked all the time. And that's, if I own the business, what am I responsible for as a franchise owner? And what support do I receive? And I think that is a huge differentiator in who we are and what we do at iBoost Talent, backed by Impact Workforce Solution and sister company Impact Robotics. So most staffing professionals, y'all know how to run staffing businesses, leaders, business development, sales, recruiting, you name it. The challenge isn't knowing what to do. It's trying to do it alone, right? So we're going to hear today from, obviously, the visionary and founder of iBoost Talent. We're going to hear from Chip Thomas, who is our first franchisee in North Carolina. Shout out, Chip. Christy Hammonds, Ramona Burrell, and Vance Tiller, who are the supporting team and the heart and backbone of who we are, what we do, and how we serve. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome. Bring your questions. Leave the comments. First of all, if you're joining us today, how long have you been in the arena that you're in? Staffing, recruiting, sales, business development, you name it. Put it in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to celebrate you. So I'm going to bring you on, Chip. Let me go ahead and remove that. Where's Chip Thomas? There he is. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Great. I'm great.
Good to see you. It's been a minute. I know you're busy. All right. Well, first of all, congratulations. I know you're 6 months in, you're slammed, but you're hiring support already. So shout out to you. You've been living this every day, and we want to hear from you. What does your day actually look like as an iBoost Talent owner to kick us off?
That is a fair question and a very difficult one to answer. I think, at this point, every day is very, very different. I think yesterday, for example, I was out in the market, just dropping in and visiting new prospective clients, leaving, business cards and chatting with different folks from different industries. And, today so far, I've been, having conversations with some existing clients, continually to have conversations with those folks, our consultants. Sometimes I'm helping out with recruitment, working very closely with our team. It's no day is similar, which I love. It's always fun. It's always interesting. I come to the plate every day with a plan, a checklist of things I'd like to get accomplished. And a lot of times at the end of the day, I realize that a few of those things have not been done because we've got to pivot pretty quickly. Like I said, most days consist of some type of business development activities, some type of recruitment activities, some type of involvement in the community, and then engagement with our team.
Love it. All right. Vance shouting you out already, which is your developer, right? For your territory. Vance is our North Carolina iBoost Talent developer. He's the one thing I love about Chip is his intellectual curiosity off the charts. I love that. What does that mean to you, Chip? Do you validate that?
Yeah. So yesterday, again, I'll go back to yesterday as an example. And, I went to visit prospective clients anywhere from a family-owned and operated machine shop to a motor company. It was a 4-person garage, basically, where they worked on very high-end Mustangs, Ford Mustangs. And, when I walked in and just started chatting with the owner of that company, it was very clear that they didn't really need help, from iBoost talent. They were a 4-person team, and it's a family owned and operated entity, so no plans to hire. But anyway, I just started asking him what it is that you guys do, and can I have a peek behind the curtain there and kind of get a tour of your facility? So I just generally am very, very curious, and I like to understand the whys and the whats, and touch things and see things. And yeah, I think having that level of curiosity carries me a long way, both personally and professionally. Just I like to get to know things and people, and sometimes maybe a little bit too much so. But
well, you know what? Some of the most powerful things happen when we just ask the right questions. So it sounds like you're in alignment with that. And we're going to hear from Dawn after you, actually, the owner and founder. But Chip, I asked you this on a previous webinar. Maybe your answer is different, but I'm going to ask it again. What surprised you most after becoming an owner at iBoost Talent?
Yeah, I think ultimately our ability to ramp and grow as quickly as we did. We hit the ground running extremely fast. Day one, actually, we had some opportunities with our BoostUP program. I'm sure somebody will talk more to what that is here later in the call, but again, I was quite surprised at how quickly we were able, and I think a lot of that has to do with the infrastructure of the team, the processes that are already in place, so that when we came on board and went online, all the systems, the processes, the technology, all the infrastructure was there. We just needed to go out and get the business and deliver business. So in hindsight, I think that, to me, was the biggest surprise, just how quickly and smoothly things have gone. But yeah.
Yep. We're definitely going to talk to that. Absolutely. Because you guys did hit the ground running, and iBoost, the BoostUP program does give you the momentum, which again is a huge differentiator for us. What activities create the most value for you? You kind of said it already, but I'll just let you kind of sum that up how you prefer.
Ultimately anything around building relationships, whether it's in the community, on a phone call, face-to-face meetings. I think anytime that you're able to build on a relationship and get to know someone and offer it and give them something, whether it's a better job or delivering them, good quality talent. But I think, ultimately the highest value added activity that I've found, I guess, at least in being a business owner, is just building and maintaining those relationships.
Boom. You nailed it. And that's why getting all the support from iBoost Talent on the back end gives you that time back. So you get to focus on building relationships. And that's what right. We love. And we're so excited and blessed to have you with us. So thank you. I'm going to bring you back on in just a bit, but I want to bring on our visionary and founder, Dawn King. You've been at this for what, 40 years?
Don't age
Sorry,
me.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
You're a seasoned professional.
Well, let's just say since I was 24, I got into it, and we'll let everybody else guess.
Since you were 24, you've been flipping some tables in the industry, and man, you're doing a great job. Tell us what made you decide the industry needed a different ownership model.
I'd like to comment first on Chip. When I first met Chip and his business partner, Will, when they came to the farm, and we had a bonfire chat well before they became franchisees. It was more of an exploratory call, letting them know what we were building. And his intellectual curiosity is off the charts, just like Vance said. And so is Will, his partner. And they asked every question they could under the book. And then we started talking about what makes the farm go. And we asked all the questions about the farm. But that's imperative for us. We're looking for people who need some of the support on the back end, but they also want to be involved in the conversation. And in a lot of franchise systems, it's top-down driven. And I believe that all innovation and success comes from the franchisees and from the field. And the franchisor's responsibility is very simple. It's to support the franchisees in any manner we can to give them more time to serve their communities, to recruit and to sell and build relationships. And if we can take care of the mundane tasks for them, then they're going to be successful. And when they're successful, the franchisor is successful. And the franchisor is not successful without them. And so we built a franchise first model. It's not just a tagline, it's real. And when you talk to our people and our franchisees, they will tell you the same thing. I'm still here. You want me to keep talking? Well, I think we lost.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry. I was finding pictures from the farm to show you guys literally around the campfire.
So Chip's intellectual curiosity is only matched by Becca's marketing and what she's trying to do 10 things at once. And she does. She's a tremendous multitasker.
Thank you. Yes, that is what I'm doing in the moment. I am here with you. I'm going to share some pictures from the farm to actually show you like what we're talking about, because I feel like we have such a unique work culture, and that's what's big. Like, we have conversations. What's really interesting, I would say, is when you're in pure alignment of who you are and how you serve, you start drawing people in who match that energy, right, Don? You actually have had conversations recently who somehow in this great big world, you're connected somehow, but they had no idea you were the owner of iBoost Talent. And you're just like, interesting, right? It's like the universe just guides them to you when they're ready.
And a founding principle of ours is we don't sell anybody franchises. We award them. And my primary goal in awarding franchises is to find people with the same faith, culture, and want to be a part of something bigger than themselves to help other people. And so that's kind of the first check mark for me. Of course, I have to have the qualifications and financial obligations and enough underneath them. But that's kind of the have to brick and mortar stuff. But the personality and the people of having that desire to help other people succeed, we try to transcend that down through the company from the corporate side down and from the franchise side up, and doing that all together helps make everybody more successful. It's that old adage, rising tide raises all ships, and we strive for that all the time at iBoost Talent.
Yeah, and we live by the one mission is to improve the quality of life, and we're doing that hand in hand with our sister companies, Impact Workforce Solutions and Impact Robotics.
100%. Chip, he mentioned the BoostUP program. That's another piece of the model that I put in place that helps a franchisee get up and running faster. And what is BoostUP program? Well, our sister company, Impact Workforce Solutions, which handles all the support and operational underlying for iBoost Talent and iBoost Talent's franchisees, we have a model called Core 2, which is a retention management model. And we use staffing companies to evaluation hire people into our Core 2 employment. And so with iBoost Up, when a franchise launches, we're blessed to be able to give them 20, 30, 40 requisitions to fill, so the recruiter can start filling and earning revenue for the franchisee day one. They're not waiting for that 90-day sales cycle to mature before they start getting their own clients. And in Raleigh, it worked absolutely perfectly. They leaned heavy into it, and now they're almost out of it, so we can give those recs to new franchises because they're through their 90 days, 6 months, and now they're generating their own clients. We also added Impact Robotics for the same purpose. It's a wholly owned subsidiary of Impact Workforce Solutions, but it allows our franchisees to lead a conversation with automation, and they get a percentage if that our team comes in and we start automating menial jobs that are very hard to recruit for anyway. Then there's a revenue stream that drops back to the franchisee. So it's a multi-revenue stream opportunity with a very quick start, and that's why I believe it's isolated as the only one in the industry in franchise staffing that provides those kind of tools, resources, and actually revenue generating opportunities for the iBoost Talent franchise from day one.
Absolutely. And we have some questions coming in the comments. And these are great questions because people also do ask, Are you allowed to target any industry and type of job openings, Don?
There are so many verticals in the staffing business. So the short answer to that is yes. The more strategic answer is, what's your experience and background? Well, that'd be a good place to start. Once you start a vertical, accounting, finance, because that's your spot, then your next vertical could be clerical, it could be technical, it could be industrial. And what we do from our side, we've been in all those verticals. So we help you strategically determine, where am I going to start? Skilled trades, whatever it is, let's get you moving on that. And as you start generating revenue and move into the profitability sector, then you can say, okay, what's my next vertical? So there's not only multiple revenue streams within the iBoost and the Impact Workforce Solutions and the Impact Robotics series brands of companies, but then you can also add revenue streams by vertical, which is a great question, because that's a lot of the reason people that have not been in staffing look to get into the staffing business, because of those multiple vertical revenue streams.
Another question, do you have to have staffing experience to own a franchise?
Great question too. When I started in my career, I had no experience. Baker Fullerton was one of our new franchisees in the Atlanta metro area, doesn't have the experience. It doesn't hurt to have sales experience, but if you're a recruiter, you can hire the salesperson. We always would love to see people. I have a saying, you can't be the teacher without first being the student. So we train you on the sales aspect of things. We train you on the recruiting side of things. And then once you learn that discipline, it makes you a better leader to then hire people and train them underneath you. So like I said, the short answer is, you don't have to have staffing experience. Staffing is blocking and tackling. And so if you block and tackle to the procedures manual, what's recommended and what's been successful for our other franchisees and from the team we've assembled, which has over 200 years of combined experience in the staffing and recruiting space, we got your back. We'll help train you. We'll help motivate you, support you, help with your leadership, and take you, whether it's a single office or whether it's a multi-office vision you have, or whether it's a kingdom builder vision you have. You might want 10, 20, 30 offices. Whatever you would like to do, we will help you get there.
And so we know that staffing has changed significantly.
Yes.
You've built a support system around staffing ownership, not just a staffing franchise, but why should owners be thinking beyond traditional recruiting?
Short answer is labor shortage. and those of you who know me, the long answer could be 2.5 hours. And for the respect of our audience's time for here, if you tread water, you drown. And so at iBoost Talent, we are extremely innovative. And when talk about AI, using AI in the recruiting process, using AI in the sales process, it's not a replacement, but if used properly, it will help you be more efficient and productive. So we're always looking at things within that space, within our tech stack, that allows people to be more efficient and productive and take the mundane task away from them. In the end of the days, we are a people business. So if you like people, it's a great business for you. If you like to help people, it's a great business for you. And that's the key factor, that we will stay on top of the trends and the changes within the industry, and then we will push those down to our franchisees, and they can replicate. In turn, they're going to find something that's working for them in their market. They bring it to us. We encapsulate it, train around it, and then push it back out to the franchisees. So you need to pivot often, because the market's pivoting. And why did we go into automation? Who wants to push a mop and a broom around all day? So if we can automate the mundane, save the company revenue on that, we recommend and consult our clients take that savings from automation and put it back into better benefits and pay for their internal employees, thereby giving you better retention. And it works. It's working. It's working right now, and we love seeing it. So will it change? Yeah, life has changed. how we adapt to life is the important part.
Love it. Amen. Okay. I want to hear from Christy first on. I want to show the faces behind the support that actually have supported Chip and Will since December of last year.
It's our foundation.
And
the
then
people
Ramona.
that
Yes.
support and are on this team are amazing. I'll call Christy Gumby because she's been with us for a very long time, and I'm not going to date that Christy like Becca did to me, but she can do 10 jobs at once, and she doesn't ask for any help even when she gets to a capacity. We have to kind of take things away from her because she's doing 4 or 5 different jobs, and we've gotten it now where she's doing what she loves and supporting us on the franchise side, supporting us on the Impact Workforce Solutions. So I'll let y'all chat by the fire, and I'll go backstage.
We'll bring you back on. Stay tuned. All right, Christy. Hi there. How are you? Gumby. Good. I didn't know that till just now. That is so cute. Okay. Well, you are a big, huge helping support for helping our franchisees get launched, get organized, and then take care of them as they go. You're like a mama nurturer bear. So let's talk about that support. So when someone becomes an iBoost Talent owner, please share with us what that actually looks like from your desk.
Yeah, so essentially, once it gets handed off to us, this is really where it sets iBoost Talent apart. They get not only just them doing their own thing, they get a support system. So a complete support system that handles all of the back office functionality for them and the components of business. It's a lot on a business owner when they're just starting to open, they're trying to get the business set up, trying to get clients, and then, how are they going to process payroll? How are they going to onboard? So that's where we really come into play with, we've already got all of the technology systems set up. So when it comes to recruiting, to onboarding, that takes it right into the payroll side of it. We're processing the payroll, insurance, that their talent's getting paid correctly, accurately, on time, all of those things, because we know that's where retention really is held, is keeping those employees happy, and that starts with their paychecks. And then payroll runs right into billing, so they don't have to worry about making sure that their clients are getting invoiced timely, their clients are paying, aging, and timely. So we're managing that billing side of the aspects for them as well. So really, when it comes down to it, we're walking alongside them the whole process from start to finish, from technology, payroll, billing. We're working the compliance, doing audits on the back end, making sure that all of the local regulations and everything is staying on top of it, and getting them the reporting they need to give back to their clients to help retain. So that way they can really work on just having the tools in place so that they can concentrate on growing their business.
Okay, that is huge. And we'll get that validated by Chip to ask how helpful that was, because you know why this is so important, right? Why is this so important for them? And I'll have Chip kind of validate that.
So really where it comes down to is we don't want our franchise owners to be bogged down in the administrative tasks. We want them to focus on the we want to concentrate on being a support system for them, is so that they can grow and scale faster. And that's where we want our owners to be focused at, is just own their business, let us absorb the back office, and it's a family here. We're here, we've got their back, and we're here to help them be successful.
Yes, amen. Chip, has that been a significant help for you? All the support, like she just said, all
Absolutely.
the things that you don't have time to do.
No question. No question. Not only does it allow us to sleep at night, but it frees us up very much to really be able to focus on revenue generating activities or maintaining relationships, building relationships. But yeah, without that, we would be lost and treading water.
Perfect.
And yeah.
All right, thank you. Well, I'm going to bring Ramona to the stage, who is another big part of what we do. Christy, thank you so much for sharing. And Ramona, join me.
Hello.
All right. So you are another big supporting component of our iBoost talent owners. So recruiting has changed. I said it already, right? So why is having a dedicated recruiting support team such a critical advantage for our owners? And how have you supported Chip and Will?
Great question. Thanks, Becca. I think, you heard from Chip. He talked about, not building it alone, right? And then Christy talked about back office support and what we provide there that helps free up the franchise owners to focus on the growth, right? And recruiting is really no different. It starts with, them having their day one launch, the plan, so that they don't have to worry about building that recruiting pipeline and that funnel from scratch, right? Like you're not just going into a market day one trying to find people. It's giving them the support that they need, with the market plan, coming alongside them with the goals to help them build that, build out the talent communities, right? And develop pipelines, so that when they have that first order come in, they're ready to fill and bill. So, it's just making sure that the iBoost owners, have the tools and the support needed for success. And, I guess there's 5 areas I know that we look at really for dedicated support in those recruiting areas or processes, right? Like candidate ownership, helping them with that area. Then talent communities, right? Building those talent communities so that, you get the referrals. We say birds of a feather flock together, right? So it's really identifying those talent in the market that can be help them with bringing others into the system, right? That develops the pipeline. And then market intelligence, right? We go to market, we pull the data and look at what skill sets are in that market, right? And then the last one that I've seen evolve over the years, which it's continues to grow within recruiting, is AI sourcing and screening, and I think that's going to continue to change.
Absolutely correct.
Nice.
I agree with you. Do you have any working examples of how iBoost has helped owners recruit smarter?
I mean, I think it starts with just the overall shared experience that our teams have, and getting to know Chip and Will both and their backgrounds and how we can best serve them too, right? Like it's a shared experience. It's how can we help them develop their candidate engagement strategies, and that's for long-term growth too. Giving them the training and onboarding that they need to help them, obviously when they're talking to clients and go in confidently and speak to the numbers too. And that's job order development too. But it really leads down to the long-term recruiting success and what we do to help them continue to evolve.
Absolutely right. And we have done that hand in hand together with them. And it's been fun because there's so many platforms and those are evolving every day too. So it's keeping up with the strategy. But what they're great at and what you're great at supporting them with is also building that talent pipeline before their order arrives. That's why the relationship is everything they are and everything we are. So
it is. And you'll see that like it continues to grow too. There's when you get in and you have a market and you see your referrals go above 50%, that you're really engaging with the talent in that market too. So it's getting them to that point.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. I have a blast working with you, and I know our franchisees do too. Like Dawn mentioned, we do have our upcoming next new franchise coming to North Georgia. For new franchise owner, it's a new generation, new energy. I'm so excited to launch them. We're launching them on the 4th of July, which is America's 250th birthday, but also iBoost Talent's 1-year birthday. And yes, it's a new brand, iBoost Talent, but it is backed by decades of experience, which is why it's so impactful. Okay, I see you, Vance, over there cuddling the puppies. Bring the puppies. Who's that?
Puppies at a campfire, right?
Puppies at a campfire? Absolutely.
Puppies at a campfire. Who doesn't love that?
Absolutely.
We're dog loving culture. I think Don has 15 or 20 dogs. I'm not sure. I lost count, but they're all wonderful. So,
all right. Well, first, because you asked me to show and tell some of our experience, like what we're talking about when we're referring to the farm. Some of these are, let me see if I can get my screen on here correctly. Hold, please. Entire screen share. Okay. Can y'all see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. 1 second. There we go. Add to stage. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
All right. So this is, I don't know what room this is. I haven't been there. Do you want to tell us what happens here?
That's our boardroom. We often host clients and internal meetings at the farm, Circle K, by the way. That's the fire pit out back. And that was actually the night Chip and Will signed their agreement. They had their laptops out at the bonfire, signing electronically their franchise agreements. And we had a lot of fun that night.
I love that. Who's this? Who is that?
Yeah, that's Chip, Don, and Will right there.
Yeah, no, yes. And they're cheersing. They're cheersing with their beverage.
Yeah.
Love it. I love that picture.
Yeah, Don, that's wisdom right there. Wisdom transferring to the next generation.
Absolutely.
In real time.
There's a group and the crew.
Yeah, development crew and new franchisees, and that cannon right there, we fire off every time we sign a new agreement. So that's part of the festivities.
And there's our first franchisees right there. That's Chip and that's Will and Mackenzie, our president, CEO, and the Kings.
Yeah.
And he really does blast that cannon, you guys. It's loud, right? I haven't experienced it, but I will.
We got a video. We got a video of it.
Yes, you do. And there's the cheers. There's the happy we're ready to go.
That's
right?
him. That's
love it. There's the cannon blast. Let's see if I can play it.
There it went.
Oh, we can hear it.
And that dude is loud. I will tell you, it is loud.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me get back to that. But that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the farm. I can see Don backstage smiling because he's the most authentic heart leader I've ever met, which is why he is so successful, because he's really doing it right. And he's so humble. And so are you, Vance. Y'all are just amazing leaders.
Well, he's a visionary, and he is grounded. I mean, we have kind of a saying of, we try to affiliate and bring people in that are hungry, humble, and smart. And Don leads that with his vision. And I guess, I was just thinking about this. My wife has trouble sleeping, and I was looking at something the other day. Somebody was telling me about these grounding sheets. Have you ever heard of those grounding sheets?
Absolutely, yes. They're made of linen, and they're actually why they were used in hospitals a long time ago. It's for healing.
So the theory there is that, when you're connected to the earth, it discharges the electric capacity or whatever that accumulates in you. And that grounding sheet is supposed to help discharge that, which is supposed to make you calmer. I don't know the health benefits of it, but I was just thinking, it's kind of like when you're connected to a group of people that are grounded, it helps you discharge some of that stress and some of that anxiety that comes about with business or life or relationships or whatever. So I think just thinking about us as a business, being grounded helps bring ambition to people and helps them connect to a principle and a culture and a foundation that leads to success. I mean, I would much rather work with people that I enjoy being around and have commonality of purpose and mission. You mentioned improving quality of life. I mean, if you don't care about people, this isn't the business for you. And if you're selfish or not willing to contribute to other people's successes, is probably not a good place for you. But I tell you, just personally, and I don't think Don would mind me sharing this. I've known Don for quite a while. I've never known Don to make a commitment he didn't keep, even if it was to his detriment, even if it cost him personally or financially. He honors his commitments and he takes care of people. And that's a great character trait, and makes him a great leader and somebody you want to follow. And I'm just thrilled that we've been able to work together, and hopefully we got a few more years ahead of us. People keep talking about that runway. I mean, I still think I got a pretty good runway ahead of me, so I'm planning on hanging with Don and seeing these things through. And we're just looking for more people that want to be a part of the mission. Find your people, find your purpose, and let's go.
That's right. And you'll see that Don is almost barefoot. What I love about Don is he is a nature man, right? He is barefoot because he is grounding. Like, there's a real thing that there is natural antidepressants in the soil. Trees talk to each other, but he is a nature man.
There you go. I mean, it's about being barefoot and connected, right? That's what it's about.
Absolutely. Don, we're talking for you a lot over here. We'll give you the mic in a minute, but let's first tackle one thing, because it's huge and it's how it helped Chip and Will succeed, and it's how it's going to help our new franchisees that are coming on board hit the ground running, which is BoostUP Momentum. Okay. What does that mean, Vance, when someone hears that they're going to get, that extra boost once they come out of the gate, knowing what they know? What does that do for them?
Hey, you think about a business. I mean, what's your mission? Your mission is to grow and build sales and build relationships. And how often do you have the ability to step into a new business, franchise or otherwise, where you have immediate opportunities to create revenue through the bigger opportunities as a company? So fortunately, we have a lot of customers who continue to grow, and they have needs. So when you join our team and get access to the iBoost or the BoostUP program, you have access to fill orders that are readily available for you. And so it's like you join a team of recruiters, but you and your business have an opportunity to generate revenue from day one. And we're fortunate to have strength as a company to have those opportunities for our new franchisees to start building immediately. And Chip and Will dove into that head first. And you can choose to ignore it. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I mean, man, it's right there. They dove in, and it was hugely beneficial to them and enable them to connect with others in the company and build trust and see the way the company works and validate and confirm that they made a great choice in joining iBoost.
And I'm going to bring Chip back on. Surprise, Chip. I just keep pinging you back on when you're trying to work over there. But hey, because we have a really good question and I want the collaboration. I'm going to bring Don back on here too. Is what kind of sales training and continued support and coaching has Vance given you as the iBoost talent developer, which is also a huge differentiator, because we're not just selling franchises. You're being awarded a huge opportunity and given a very experienced developer to have your back literally at all times.
Yep.
So,
Vance has been lockstep with everything we're doing since day one. And he's respectfully, Will and I, my partner and I, both have a lot of industry experience. And Vance obviously knows and respects that. He is always there, always involved, always supporting us, but not in a way that is prohibitive or, overbearing. So, there's rarely a week or day that goes by that I've not, come to Vance with a question, whether it's some type of training, something with the CRM or applicant tracking system, prospecting. He includes us on his meetings. So when he's got client meetings, he's good about, bringing us along, making introductions to clients. It's vital. It's a huge piece of what we're doing. And like I said, Vance, specifically has been amazing to work with, great friend, great person, great mentor. a wealth of knowledge and information. So always available.
I think there's still a little money in that account, so you can go ahead and cash that check, Chip. Thanks for that. They didn't need a lot of help, Brecca. Let's just be real about it. They had great experience, but more than anything else, they had the desire and the hunger to be successful, and they didn't hesitate. I mean, once they were rolling from day one, and my support to them has been probably less about training and more about just understanding the processes of getting things done that they need to support their organization, and brainstorming and thinking through different proposals and different strategies with different prospects. Not that they couldn't have done that on their own, but we are big believers in collaboration leads to greater success. And you tap into everybody's talent, everybody's memory, everybody's wisdom, everybody's experiences, and you generally get a better outcome. So we've had a great working relationship. And I've said this before, but my relationship with Chip and Will started in a duck blind. So we got to know each other personally on a 20-degree morning in the Outer Banks, which is a great way to get to know people, probably similar to the campfire story. But getting to know people personally and knowing what makes them tick. He mentioned I'm not intrusive or not in their bit. They know what they're doing. They don't need me to tell them when to arrive to work and how many calls to make and all that stuff. That's not what we're about. We find great people, give them opportunity, and help nurture it so they can be more successful than they ever dreamed about. And I think this just at the starting point of the success that Chip and Will are going to achieve and see over their careers as iBoost owners.
Absolutely right. And I'm bringing these gentlemen back to the stage because I want to talk about one common ground. Y'all are family men. Mm-hmm. You care about your family. You care about leaving a legacy and something to potentially hand down to them. But while you're improving the quality of life for others, you're improving the quality of life for you and your family, right? And that's what we do for other people. So what we give, what we reap, we sow. Absolutely. And that's what we do very, very well here. Dawn, we spoke a lot for you, so I'm going to let you speak for yourself. And what do you have to say before we wrap up?
It's very humbling to hear those things. And iBoost, all three of our brands are people-centric. And it's the people in those companies that make it all work. It's not me. I'm not iBoost. I'm not Impact Workforce Solutions. I'm not Impact Robotics. I've said this throughout my career. Those are all entities. And if we all serve into those entities, we put in our effort and our time, that entity, that bucket's going to overflow and it's going to give back to us. Money does not equal happiness. What money provides is safety for your family, to where you can put diapers on your kids or put your kids through college or leave them something where they have a leg up once you're gone. Money just makes things easier to be able to care for the people you love. And so it's a necessity in this life. Unfortunately, we can't just all dance around the bonfire and sing hallelujah and everything would be perfect for everybody in the world. That would be
on Discovery Weekend.
We can. It's amazing. And so I was going to close my time out because I know we're getting on time. Mm-hmm. Putting on my iBoost hat, grabbing my marshmallow skewer. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go over here and offer everyone, please come to the farm and let's roast the marshmallows together and get to know each other.
Absolutely. All right. So
he's probably barefoot, Becca. I would guess he's probably barefoot. The best leaders stay barefoot figuratively, and that means they stay grounded and close to the people that make them who they are and help them and help their families. And that's what we've gotten, Don. I mean, he's family, faith, leads to a strong reputation, which creates our operating reality we live in every day. And kudos to him for being a great leader, but what a great company. And we just invite any of those that feel driven to have that kind of opportunity. It's a great place to invest your time and invest your career.
Absolutely. We have some comments I'm just sharing on the screen here. Join the iBoost family. Bill, I'm going to let you close us out. Just say what maybe I haven't said or anyone said here what's your adding closing remark here?
Sure. Thank you, Becca. And I don't think there's much left to say. It's a very inspiring group of people with an insanely strong commitment to the success of our franchisees, their families, and the company as a whole. And as Don said, the company only does as well as our franchisees do. So our mission is to help those franchisees grow every single day. One of the side benefits of that growth, as you probably would imagine as a business owner, is over time, all of your sweat, all of your financial investment, all of the heartache and everything else that you pour into your business comes back to you when you are ready to exit. And that's very different than a traditional job. As most of us have been, I've been an employee before. When you leave a job, whether it's on your terms or their terms or whoever's terms, you typically leave with the lint in your pockets and not very much more. When you're a business owner, all of that effort that you put in over all of those years, whether it's 7 years, 10 years, 25 years, franchisees can last a really long time. All of that comes back to you in the form of equity that you've built in your business. So when you do ultimately decide to leave, there's as they say on the game shows, a lovely parting gift for that owner when they sell, in that your business is worth money to somebody else. And that somebody else, when they pay you that money, whatever figure you settle on, that's yours. That is your dollars to keep as your exit package after all of the efforts and everything that you put in. So in that situation, it's vastly different than a traditional employment relationship. You work hard, you do all those kinds of things that you do when you're an employee, but at the end of the day, what you're selling is yours, much like a home would be, or an automobile or something like that. And the value of it is what you put into it and how well you've taken care of it over time. So it's a great opportunity if you're looking to build generational opportunity for your family, for yourself, maybe for a loved one, a friend, or something like that. Let's talk about it. Look us up on our website. Connect with me on LinkedIn or whatever, and I'll be happy to give you all the details.
All right, closing words of wisdom from all of our people who you are the dream team. Absolutely. Closing line, Don.
Feed a man a fish he eats for a day. Teach him the fish, he eats for a lifetime. I think that's what Bill was just saying.
Absolutely. Ramona.
Well,
No pressure.
the future belongs to the staffing firms that build the talent pipelines before the order arrives.
Hear, hear.
Woo! Yeah, Christy. You can hear me. I know your connection is in and out.
Just excited. Everybody is ready to continue to grow and see more join the family.
Chip.
If you're thinking about ownership, take charge and do it today. My biggest regret is not having done what we're doing now earlier. So if you're thinking about it, be about it.
Absolutely. Tiller VT, my man.
Yeah, Don knows this about me. My connection to God and peace is on the water. I grew up fishing with my grandfather's a Methodist minister, and he taught me how to fish. So Don and I spent a lot of time on the water, thinking about life. If any of you guys want to come fishing with me, we'll go out and get on the water, and we'll get grounded, and we'll talk about things. And got some big fish in those lakes, so let's go fishing.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Well, thank you. We literally do invite you to a discovery weekend. If you feel called to have these conversations, pick up the phone, get online, but then come ground with us, come meet us, come talk about real life and how this can, potentially change your world.
And we can't leave this stream without thanking Becca for being the moderator, putting it all together. I think we're doing them once a month or once every 2 months or whatever it is. And that's all on Becca. Becca, thank you for your hard work to put all these together.
You know what? It's
Absolutely.
an honor. It's an honor. And we're so in alignment that it doesn't feel like work when you're having so much fun. It really doesn't. And everyone who knows me knows when someone asks you, what do you do in your free time? What do you do for fun? I say, well, I'll go hike a mountain, but I work. My work is my fun, and it's my family too. So I appreciate y'all for everything I've been through, and you know, who we are and how we lead. It really does. God gives us big doors when it's time. So thank
That's
y'all.
right. It's not what happens. It's how you deal with it, with what happens.
Woo.
And having that support behind you, with you, that's iBoost. We're all in this life together. Let's have fun.
Hard for connection.
Let's improve people's lives. Let's grow together. And what could be better than that?
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank y'all. Thank you. I bow to you. And we'll see y'all next time. Pick up the phone, have a conversation. iBoostTalent.com. All right, bye, everybody.
You will.
Bye-bye.